Welcome back to Machine Universe, your front row seat to the power of machines and the spirit of industry. Here, craftsmanship meets innovation, where old world skill joins modern precision. Few industries shape North America like the lumber trade. Since the 1600s, forests have built more than homes. They built a nation. Among its oldest names stands Freeman Lumber. Founded in 1832, this Nova Scotia family mill has survived wars, recessions, and revolutions in technology, all while staying true to quality and care. The story of lumber begins deep in the forest, long before the roar of saws and conveyor belts. Before neat stacks of boards fill the yard, men and machines must first conquer the woods. This is logging, the first and most vital link in the lumber chain. Today's operations rely on million-dollar machines, not axes and hand saws. At the heart of it stands the Tiger Cat Harvester, a $1.2 million powerhouse. Its hydraulic head grips, cuts, and strips a tree in seconds while onboard computers measure every log's diameter and length. One skilled operator controls it all with joysticks and screens, a far cry from the hand-hewn labor of centuries past. When Freeman Lumber began in 1832, forests rang with axes, not engines. Crews felled trees one by one, hauling them out with horses or oxen, then floating logs down icy rivers during spring thaws. These river pigs risked their lives balancing on rolling logs to keep the timber moving. From those perilous beginnings, Freeman Lumber grew with the industry, its early boards sawn by water-powered mills and shipped south to fuel America's booming growth. Nearly 2 centuries later, that spirit of hard work and innovation still drives the trade. Nearly 2 centuries later, harvesting has transformed beyond recognition. Once the harvester fells and cuts the trees, the forwarder, a $600,000 engineering marvel, takes over. Instead of dragging logs across the ground like in the old days, it uses a long hydraulic grapple to lift each trunk cleanly and stack it on its bunk. Massive low-pressure tires glide over rough terrain, protecting the forest floor while delivering straighter, cleaner timber. In the past, horses, steam donkeys, and later cable lines and railroads hauled wood through the wilderness, boosting production but scarring the land. Today's machines do the opposite: power with precision, efficiency with sustainability. At the roadside landing, a $300,000 loader takes command. Its steel grapple lifts each log with mechanical grace, stacking them evenly on waiting trailers. Chains and bars lock the heavy load in place before the truck, often a Kenworth or Western Star, rolls out toward the mill. For generations, these moving towers of spruce, pine, and fir have symbolized the bond between forest and town. From river drives to rail cars to 18-wheelers, the journey continues. The same mission carried by new machines. Every log is carefully weighed, measured, and tracked. Diameter, length, and species are recorded so nothing goes to waste. Large logs become structural lumber, smaller ones are chipped into pulp or engineered wood, and bark is used for mulch or fuel. Efficiency and sustainability now define modern forestry. It wasn't always so. In the 1800s, clear-cutting devastated forests across North America. Towns flourished, but the woods disappeared. Hard lessons led to new laws requiring replanting. Today, both the U.S. and Canada grow more wood each year than they harvest. Proof that forestry has become a renewable industry. Freeman lumber has lived through that evolution, from hand saws to electric harvesters. Through wars, depressions, and growth, its timber has built ships, homes, and bridges. Now, machines worth millions carry on the legacy. The harvester grips and cuts, the forwarder stacks and hauls, the loader lifts each log into place. Every step demands precision, investment, and care. As the final truck roars away, the story turns from forest to mill, where raw logs become the beams, boards, and floors that build our world. The story of lumber truly comes alive the moment the logs reach the mill yard. After their long journey from the forest, towering high on the trailers, they arrive at the threshold of transformation, where raw timber meets steel and motion, and the forest begins its rebirth as finished lumber. The process begins with unloading. Powerful log loaders lift massive trunks and place them carefully onto the feed deck. Here, the logs are separated and aligned to ensure a steady flow into the debarking system. At Freeman's facility, 2 high-speed debarkers run continuously, using rotating steel rings to strip away the bark in seconds, revealing the clean wood beneath. Even the bark doesn't go to waste. The bark is removed and repurposed as biomass fuel or landscaping mulch, while also protecting saw blades from damage. Once debarked, logs move through high-tech scanners that measure diameter, length, and curvature. Using this data, the system automatically sorts each log to ensure maximum yield. Where sawyers once depended on skill and intuition, modern sensors and software now handle the job with speed and accuracy. From the bins, logs move to the head rig, scanned and rotated for precise cutting. The debarking head squares each log, and conveyors carry the trimmed pieces to the board edger, where they're cut into usable boards. Nothing wasted. Then 2 massive 2,000 horsepower bandsaws slice through the wood, their flexible blades following natural curves to reduce waste and produce straighter boards. As the lumber exits, scanners sort it again, keeping production fast and efficient. Cutting is only half the journey. Each board is scanned by AI to read the grain, spot knots, and plan precise cuts for maximum value. Defects are trimmed away and strong boards move on. A massive sorter groups them by length and grade before they're stacked with spacers for drying. Inside the kilns, heat removes moisture, preventing warping and cracks. Once dried, boards are strapped, labeled, and fully traceable from forest to shipment. Where men once worked by instinct beside roaring saws, machines now bring speed and safety, carrying forward the same purpose: turning trees into the wood that builds our world. At the pine plant, the focus shifts from strength to beauty. Lumber here is crafted for appearance, turned into high-value, smooth, and stable boards. Forklifts feed bundles to conveyors, where boards are aligned and dried to about 10% moisture. An 8-head molder, guided by a Cognex gamma system, shapes all 4 sides, while AI scanners inspect knots and grain in real time to ensure every board meets premium standards. Stacking and packaging follow with equal care. Boards are spaced for airflow, tagged for traceability, and wrapped for protection. The plant also makes patterned lumber for wall paneling, carved with precision and checked for consistency before shipping across North America. At the planer mill, kiln-dried boards are planed at speeds up to 2,000 feet per minute, then scanned, trimmed, and sorted into bundles for shipment. Since 1832, Freeman lumber has evolved from hand tools to AI-driven machines, maintaining its commitment to quality while expanding into engineered wood. Stronger, smarter materials shaping the future of construction. From the roar of saws to the hum of high-tech machines, we enter a new era: engineered wood. In Germany, Pohlmeier has transformed beech logs into Bauboot, a laminated veneer lumber that's stronger, more stable, and more sustainable than traditional timber. Logs sourced within 200 kilometers are kept moist, debarked, cut, and softened in heating basins. Then, like a giant pencil sharpener, a peeling machine spins each log against a blade, slicing a continuous 3.5mm veneer ribbon, using nearly the entire tree with no waste. Veneers are dried, trimmed, glued, and pressed under heat and pressure into solid boards. From these, Pohlmeier crafts beams, panels, and furniture components that rival steel and concrete in strength. Once overlooked, beech has been reborn as a high-performance material, a testament to innovation and sustainability. From traditional sawmills to advanced presses, the story of wood continues, proving this ancient resource still shapes the future. The next stage of our journey takes us into the world of veneer production, where solid hardwood logs are transformed into thin, elegant sheets used in fine furniture, plywood, and engineered wood. It's a perfect balance of craftsmanship and technology, designed to capture every ounce of value from each log. Fresh from the yard, massive logs are trimmed to precise lengths and stripped of bark, which is reused as mulch or fuel. The clean logs are then steamed in giant vats of hot water, softening the fibers and preparing them for slicing. On the peeling lathe, the transformation begins. Each log spins against a razor-sharp blade, unrolling into continuous ribbons of veneer just millimeters thick. Depending on how it's cut, the grain reveals stunning patterns, from straight and uniform to beautifully figured. The veneers then move through powerful dryers where moisture is carefully reduced. Once dried, they're trimmed, graded, and sorted, with premium sheets chosen for outer layers and others forming strong inner cores. Finally, each stack is labeled and shipped, traceable from forest to finish. Veneer production is where precision meets artistry, giving new life to wood and proving that craftsmanship still thrives in modern industry. In the quiet heart of Austria, Lean Harzberger stands as a model of balance, a mid-sized sawmill where tradition and steady efficiency work hand in hand. The machines aren't flashy, but they're built to last, operated by craftsmen who know the rhythm of spruce and fir like a second language. The place feels timeless, iron frames, smooth humming blades, and workers who move with calm confidence. Everything begins in the log yard. Trucks arrive loaded with spruce and fir from Manage Alpine Forest. Each log is unloaded, debarked, and neatly stacked. Even the bark is reused, chipped into biomass fuel or mulch, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Clean logs move to the cross-cut saws, where heavy steel blades trim them to exact lengths. Accuracy matters more than speed here. From there, the heart of the mill takes over. Towering bandsaws slice through trunks with a steady, deliberate rhythm. Unlike highly automated mills in North America, Hartsberger relies on human instinct. Operators study the grain, adjust angles, and shape logs into cants and boards with practiced precision. Side slabs and offcuts are collected for chips or pellets, keeping the material cycle complete. Fresh boards head to the drying kilns where controlled heat and airflow remove moisture. What once took months in mountain air now takes only days, preventing warping and preparing the wood for building or fine finishing. Finally, the lumber is planed smooth, graded by skilled eyes and sorted by strength and appearance. Each bundle is strapped, labeled, and sent to market, carrying the story of careful workmanship. Lean Hartsberger may not chase full automation, but it proves that precision, tradition, and steady craftsmanship remain the true markers of efficiency. Here, technology supports people, not the other way around. From Leon Hardsberger's sawmill, where rough logs are sliced into solid boards, we now enter another fascinating chapter of the wood industry, veneer production. Instead of cutting thick beams and planks, this facility peels wood into ultra-thin sheets used to make plywood, decorative panels, and fine furniture. Forklifts deliver the logs to the production line where they're automatically debarked and cleaned, ready for the precision work ahead. Each log is then centered and aligned perfectly before entering the veneer lathe. As it spins at high speed, a razor-sharp blade shaves off a continuous ribbon of wood, revealing, layer by layer, the tree's history written in its grain. The delicate veneer strips glide along high-speed conveyors, trimmed by guillotine cutters into precise sheets and neatly stacked. Fragile yet strong, these thin layers will soon become plywood, furniture, or elegant wall panels, carrying the natural beauty of the forest into homes and workspaces. From deep woods to high-tech mills, this process blends tradition with innovation, uncovering the hidden artistry within every log and proving how woodworking continues to evolve with timeless grace. Together, they remind us of something timeless. While tools evolve, while machines grow smarter and techniques become more refined, the purpose of this work remains unchanged. It has always been, and will always be, about providing the materials that build our homes, our towns, and the very foundations of our everyday lives. Every beam, every board, every finished product carries the legacy of countless hands, decades of knowledge, and an unbroken chain of dedication that stretches across generations. As we wrap up this journey through the world of American wood and craftsmanship, we hope you've gained a deeper appreciation for the people, machines, and environments that make it all possible. From the loggers working deep in the forest, to the truckers hauling massive loads across rugged terrain, to the skilled teams inside high-tech mills who shape raw timber into something strong, reliable, and ready for the world. Each step matters. Each step tells a story worth sharing. Thank you for spending your time with us exploring an industry where tradition meets innovation and where progress is built through precision, responsibility, and pride. If this video gave you a new look at the wood industries, or if you simply enjoyed the sights and sounds of these incredible machines, we'd love for you to stick with us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mach Rush. Your support helps us continue traveling into forests, factories, workshops, and work sites across the globe to bring you more stories of machines, makers, and the hard-working industries that keep the world moving. Every view, every comment, and every click makes a real difference. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay safe out there, and keep your curiosity alive. This is Mach Rush, signing off but never done exploring. We'll see you again soon.